Hello YouTube, today's video is gonna be probably the stupidest subject I ever talk in this channel. So if you get bored in the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes, feel free to leave, but please stay because I'm gonna make some suggestion for the future design of this kind of product that was super annoying. So yeah. And yes, this is what I'm going to talk about. The so-called prepaid electricity meter. So basically these things is like, do you remember the first time phone get popular? I mean cell phones, or what do you call it, mobile phones? Yeah. And the prepaid SIM card, where the first time it came out, you have to buy the voucher to type in the numbers on that card and then just to get it to register to your phone number. That's basically it. That's basically how it works. But instead of doing that in 2006, 2010, they do it in 2018. That's so smart, right? I mean, let's face it. It's not super complicated and that annoying using these things, but it's an okay system. But it can get annoying in some cases. So the first thing is that I have a shop that have one of these things installed, and then I can't change it because it's a rented property. So I have to stuck with that. And yes, it is super annoying because the person who installed that literally put it all the way up near the ceiling, that you have to reach your hand all the way up just to press the numbers on this tiny keypad. Let's see, it's like this. The keypad size like this. What do you think? If only they can install it lower. And then the other thing is that if you need the voucher number in the midnight, you have to buy it from a banking app, which only works 60% of the time. Yes, it is annoying. I mean, they managed to make it all digital and stuff. Why don't just make it connectable with the phone? So you can just simply, let's say the meter is above me, I can just use my phone to connect to the system. And then I can just type the number on my phone, or I can just purchase it straight from my phone. Why? It's 2018, right? Even a simple point-to-point wireless radio have that feature now. Well, not all manufacturer does that, but the newest one from Ubiquiti does that. It's called management radio, in which the first 15 minutes you power up the device, it have a short range Wi-Fi, so you can connect your phone to it to manage the system. If you're 100 feet up at the tower, and it's probably not the best idea to bring a laptop up and the data cable up there. So yeah, they did that kind of stuff, so you can maybe fix the things alone. Maybe. That's what I can say. A little much smarter. But again, it's 2018. We live in a digital world. So the first thing is that why don't just make it a transfer? Or other thing is that why don't you make it that the account number is connected to your phone number or something, so you can just press buy or anything from the phone without doing anything else. You don't have to type the thing. Just like buying maybe you can't call it buying anymore because it's just a top up now. Look at prepaid card nowadays. You don't buy vouchers anymore. You can just buy it from the banking app, and they automatically send it to your phone, your own phone number, your account. You don't have to type in anything. You can just type the number you want, the amount of you want to top up, and that's it. press in your PIN number and that's it. It's done. It's on your account. You'll get the confirmation SMS telling you, thanks for topping up. Yay, that's it. And then there's another story about why I hate this stuff now. Here's the thing. I've moved to the house now. This is my house, which is in a more rural area. And there's no internet connection at all. So the only way I can get internet is by install it at my shop, which no one lived there, and then use a point-to-point link to the house so I can use the internet here. Yes, it's on a UPS, but what happens if the power went out for more than 2 hours? It won't power on anymore unless someone gets there to top it up. And yeah, and again, it's all the way up near the ceiling. So dear the people who designed these things, why don't you just make it network connected? Like seriously, 2018. Just put an RJ45 somewhere safe, and then you can just pull a network cable and plug it to one of the port on your switch. How hard is that? If you're afraid of people hacking the system, just make it separate. So basically you can set an IP address for the device, like a DVR and such. This is my network setup, and this is at my shop. Here's the UPS. I have the APC, what is it, BR500 I guess. It only lasts 2 hours running this device, and 2 radios at the same time. Actually 4 of them. Oh wait, yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them in total, and the router and the switch. So I don't get it. Why don't they just do it? I mean, we live in a digital world. So the reason I suggest making that is that who doesn't have internet? Who doesn't have Wi-Fi in 2018? Okay? And I'm not gonna say you have to make it so it's network only. You can still have the keypad. So if you don't have an internet or network at home, you can just leave it empty. Just use the keypad. So if they actually make that, I'm gonna pull a cable, Cat6 cable straight to my switch. So if I run out of credits, like in the midnight, I can just hopefully purchase the voucher from my phone and then just go to the web GUI. Or maybe if it's too hard to make a web GUI, just put an SSH on that thing. How hard is it? Just do this. How hard is that? And then you don't have to put the, what do you call it, sensitive configuration in which people could hack into the main system to get free electricity. You don't have to do that. Let's say you just put measurements and such, like the power consumption at that time, and then remaining balance, credits, and the power voltage, everything else. Just put that, and then you can just, and there should be a tab or something to top up, and then you can just type it on your computer or your phone and just press enter. It automatically sends the data to the device. It automatically top up. I mean, if they were able to do it that way, you can just put it anywhere. You will only need the keypad for emergency. If, let's say, your router fails or something, yes, you won't have another choice. Why don't anyone think about that? Seriously, 2018. We have industrial automation, home automation, and everything else. Internet of Things. Why? Is this kind of stuff old? It's still being produced nowadays. I don't know if it's available like in the new one, but yeah, let's hope they actually do what I say. Not what I say. At least try to follow my idea. I, I, I don't ask credits for that. They can just make that and they can just say it's their idea. Yeah, no one actually. Let's see. Is there anyone making what I just say? I don't think so. I mean, like, how hard is it? Everything is cheap in 2018. I don't see anything close to what I say. Maybe like a short-range Wi-Fi or or maybe an NFC. Okay. Let's say make it an NFC on the keypad itself. So you launch the app and then you touch your phone to it. It's gonna pair with the device and then you can pull it off and then you can type the code. And so once you type the code on the phone, you can maybe. Okay, it's just a concept. You can just press enter and then you touch it again. And it uses NFC to send the code to the device. Simple. How hard is it in 2018? You can just tap it. And there are many ways to do that. If something's too expensive, you can just do the other way. Let's see what else they can do to make it possible. I mean, make it easier. Maybe some of my viewers like from the US or somewhere won't see that kind of stuff because they have the so-called smart meter that actually send the usage to the power company automatically and they just get a bill every month. And yeah, I just can't get that kind of subscription anymore here, so yeah, how annoying is that? So I'm just gonna give some idea to those who design the product so they can make it better. What else I can talk about? Oh yeah, the reason I say network system might work is that 90% of people in 2018 and the upcoming years will have Wi-Fi at their house. Even the 4G Wi-Fi and stuff. And yeah, if you have in my condition, in my position, it will really help. So let's say since my router and switch have a UPS, okay, I can just put a switch, connect the switch there. Yeah, connect the meter to the switch, and then I can just do it at home from my computer. I can just enter the web GUI like opening a router system. Like here. How hard is it to make this kind of system on an electric meter? It's 2018. Even a cheap router can do that thing. I don't know what else to say about these things. Like, they say it makes things cheaper and easier, of course, for them, okay? Because they don't have to pay someone to write the meter number every month. Okay, when you work on hundreds and millions of house, it's not gonna be cheap to maintain that work. You need probably 100 or 1,000 people to do that job every month, and you have to keep paying them so they will do the job. Okay? By doing this, it's basically like some kind of self-checkout cashier at the supermarket that's also coming in the supermarket nearby. Oof, I've been sick. And it's super annoying, especially when they use an old tech. What kind of joke is this? Seriously. And people are fine with this. Right? People are fine with all of these things, which is super annoying. I mean, I won't say anything if this kind of system where you have to type in the number pops up at 2010 or even the year 2000. Just why? I mean, probably the cheapest way is to make it network connected because they don't have to put many additional stuff in the device itself. So let's say NFC, it will require maybe a low power processor and additional power consumption from the device. And then an NFC radio device that you have to position correctly in order to work properly. And then, okay, here's the thing. I know designing this kind of stuff is not easy because you have to comply with all the regulation and stuff. But you can make it separate, maybe in the low voltage section. And yes, I've bought one of these things online, in which you can just use it freely. And I've tested them with EMP and stuff. It doesn't get affected. That's cool. Maybe making it NFC will make it vulnerable because if you got an EMP, it will probably kill the NFC system first, since it relies on a big antenna, which will induce a high current when you get EMP. Yeah, probably network is the best way. Since I don't really see a way you can temper a meter from a network if it was separated from the main system. So basically you have a lower, like another layer of system just for that view. If someone tried to tamper from that stuff, the system will disable that side, so the remaining will just work as usual. I just don't get it why people don't do that. And the other stuff is that this has to be installed outside the house. At least that's the regulation here, since we don't have basement. Maybe if you have better idea, feel free to leave it down in the comment below. And that's it, I guess. Oh yeah, I also have a new upcoming video that I haven't done. I haven't finished making all the clips yet, so it's probably gonna come next month or the next 2 months. See ya.